2025 season is officially underway. Northwest Shoals Community College softball. We are the debut episode. Pat's on deck. It looks like head coach Angel Brown is sitting on the deck. So the name
Absolutely.
the name fits, right, Coach?
Absolutely.
All right. So you guys opened up the season last weekend, last Friday. Played a couple games. Go 1-1 over the first two games of the year. So just kind of give me a feel of what you saw from your team those first two games, and kind of some standouts, some good moments, some learning moments, I guess would be the good way to put it. Just what stood out to you the first weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I think overall, 1-1 opening weekend is pretty good. Snead always does a great job of bringing in, good competition for us to play that first weekend. So we squared off first with Ball State. Last year when we played them, the score was not great. So we were very excited to see a little bit of improvement from last year to this year for sure. Went in up until the third inning. Well, we scored three through the fourth, and then we were ahead up till the very end. And we had a crucial error, some hits, a walk, and then an error that kind of cost us the lead. So we ended up losing that one 4-3. But considering, from last year to this year, being run ruled by them last year and then able to actually kind of stay toe to toe with them this year was pretty huge. So we were very excited about that. We squared up with Gordon State next. Ended up winning that one for nothing. Jacey pitched a phenomenal game in her collegiate debut. Ended up with a 0 ERA, striking out five, only giving up two hits over 7 innings. So very excited for her to come out and actually have a great debut as a freshman.
How's it feel to you when you see your team respond after a loss and come back and get a 4-0 win?
Oh man, well we had a pretty tough conversation in between the games. That messed you up? No, okay. I gotta call it messed me up, so we can put that part out. Them responding in the second game definitely was a big turning point for us. That was something that we kind of worked on last year. We were just right there at the edge of it, and we were really focused on our mentality this year of really bouncing back, not letting things that don't go our way really impact, what we're trying to do. So they did a fantastic job. We kind of called it in, told everybody they needed to get it together. We had, some adjustments we had to make. Our dugout energy wasn't what it usually was in the first game, and some of that had to do with us adding the go route because everybody's not calling out the numbers like they were, so we're not quite as loud as we were before. So we kind of had to make an adjustment there kind of mid-game, and they responded very, very well, and to come back against a really tough Gordon State team who actually went really far in their region last year. So really excited to see them bounce back with that mentality that we've been working on all year.
All right, so what's on deck this week? What are you working on this week in practice, and who you got coming up?
Absolutely. So we are going to try to get a little bit more live at bats and trying to get them a little bit more settled in the box. They did a fantastic job this weekend coming out, being aggressive, swinging at good pitches. We've got a couple adjustments to make as far as like picking better pitches and better situations. But overall, I think they did fantastic this weekend. So we're going to keep working on that. We square up Friday. We travel down to the Chipola Dothan Invitational. So we'll cross with Florida Southwestern, who, in the past has been, three-time national champions. Last year they didn't win it. Indian River won it, but we're going to square it with another good team. They're hungry. I saw their news interview that they did a couple of days ago, so they're not taking they're not taking it for granted. So they've already come out and they're 3-0. They scored 32 runs in 3 games, and they hadn't played a complete game yet. So we actually saw that they'd only played 6 or 5 innings. So we got them first, and then we square it with Georgia Military, which is another strong team out of Georgia. And then we'll play Chipola, and then we will finish up with I forgot. Oh, Lakeland. Lakeland. We always like playing Lakeland. They're a tough team. Some international kids, so our kids will get to square up against some competition they're not used to seeing. So we're excited about this weekend.
All right, Coach, put in a good week of practice, and we'll catch up same time next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, joined by a few Pats to talk about last weekend's games. We've got Jacey Moore, Kennedi Clark, Candice Chambers. Thanks to y'all for being on with us. First of all three of you, tell me how good it feels to get the season officially underway. You're playing real games now.
I'm very relieved that we can finally take our practicing into an actual game situation. So that's always lots of fun. And we get to take our energy. Our energy is what really makes the game fun. So
It's very exciting because we had a really good fall, and then we took a lot of time practicing in the winter, and now it's finally time to play.
Yeah, and I think that it's good to see how our team is progressing and how we are, putting ourselves out there. We did really good our first two games, so it'll be exciting to see how we progress.
What's that dugout conversation like in between games after you drop your first one in a game you felt like you should have won, but what's that talk like and having to get ready to go for another one?
I think I don't know. I guess it was just regrouping. I feel like first game jitters. That second game, I feel like we were a lot more relaxed and just like more let's have fun than let's be like uptight and try and I guess go out there and be perfect. But
And we didn't like the taste of losing.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, Kennedy, you had what, 3 RBIs over the 2 games? You feeling good at the plate already?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just I don't know. But just like I said, I guess having scrimmage and live at bats in previous weeks, I guess just getting to put that into real life play and being successful is a good feeling.
Well, for both of y'all, what's it like playing out there when Jacey's dealing and not giving up any hits and just mowing everybody down?
It's pretty easy.
Easy, yeah.
She gets a lot of like ground ball hits, and so it's
if anyone hits it, it's
Yeah.
an easy out. Yeah.
her drop ball is insane.
Well, it feels good knowing I have defense behind me that can make a play, so that helps a lot. I have a lot of confidence in my defense, so.
Absolutely. Well, Jacey, you throw a 2-hit shutout in that second game that went over Gordon State. What was working for you that day?
My drop ball, my curveball, my changeup, and then sometimes screwball. My rice ball, not as much. So I'm gonna work on it some more though before I play again.
All right, so in the 7th inning you've got the shutout going, you want to keep it, and you get 2 runners on. Like, what are you starting to think? You bear down. Like, what's going through your mind when you got runners on trying to finish the thing out?
I kind of take it offensive, honestly, if somebody gets on base. I'm like, they're not going to get them. And if somebody gets a hit, then I remember who gets a hit. And I'm like, they're not going to get another hit. Anyway, but when they got on base, I knew that I just needed to either get a pop-up or strike them out or ground ball because I didn't want them to score because I went all game without letting somebody score, so I wasn't going to let it in the 7th inning score. So I would just be so mad.
All right, what's the vibe going into this upcoming week?
I'm excited. We're going to play some really good competition.
Maybe it's some warmer weather.
Yes. Yes, warm weather and some good pitching and some good offenses coming our way. So I like to see how we'll handle that adversity.
All right, to wrap up this week's show, we're joined by Paislee James. Paislee, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let everybody get to know a little bit about you. So tell us, first off, where are you from?
Russellville, Alabama.
Russellville, Alabama, home of you and Jacey Moore, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. How would you describe to people what it's like to grow up in Russellville?
Well, there's good and bad in every place, but I think Russellville, being in Russellville my whole life, kind of, I don't know, you just got to really find people that you can trust and always keep them by your side because
you got to find your people. That applies in all walks of life, in all places. All right, how long have you been playing softball?
Since I was about 7 years old.
Did you start playing the same position that you end up playing now?
No.
Tell me about that.
So when I first started, I was second baseman. And then I played infield.
majority of school ball and stuff. And then my senior year, we kind of lost an outfielder, and we had one graduate. So they're like, "Hey, I need you an outfield." I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." So
now you can just play everywhere.
yeah, I guess I can. But outfield's kind of really grown on me a lot. So
At what point did you decide, like, hey, I think I want to play softball in college?
well, like my ninth to 10th grade year of high school, I was like, okay, I want to play. And then something happened my 11th grade year, and I was like, I don't know about it. And then we got a new coach my senior year, and it was a lot of fun again. I found my love for the game again, and I was like, okay, I want to play again.
Awesome. Well, all right. So tell me something non-softball related that you've learned about life. Is there a skill that you've learned in college? Some people learn how to cook for themselves once they have to. Like, what's something that you have learned since you've been on campus?
That you're gonna have ups and downs, but the downs are what's gonna make you stronger as a person. You just have to learn to move on and keep going with your life.
All right. If you're going out to eat after practice today, where are you going?
Someone that's got some good fried chicken.
Got some good fried chicken. I love it. How many times have people misspelled your first name in your life? Every time?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten pretty used to it though, so it don't really bother me anymore.